In this video, I'm going to show you 3 very simple exercises to help you to get rid of a boring, flat, monotone voice. Did you notice how fast your brain wanted to switch off when you heard that flat line? If you speak like that in presentations, meetings, videos, you are literally training your audience to tune out and switch off. Hi, I'm Lisa Hugo, and for the past 20 years I have worked with professionals, performers and speakers all over the world, helping them to find their authentic voice and speak with confidence, clarity and ease. And in under 5 minutes, I'm going to give you these simple exercises to break out of monotone, to add natural melody to your voice, and to keep people listening all the way to the end. Now stay with me because we're going to be doing these exercises together. And most people who speak in a monotone voice will argue, I'm just naturally not expressive. My voice is just naturally like this. No! When you speak in a monotone voice, you're basically using only 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 notes. So you'll be speaking up a little bit, you'll be speaking down a little bit, but that's it. But as a speaker, you have access to at least 25 notes, and you're only using 2 or 3. You have access to them, you're just not using them. I want you to think of a piano. Now, a piano has 88 keys. Every note of that piano corresponds to a frequency, and we speak on frequencies. So every frequency, every sound that I'm creating, I could go across to a piano and I could match that sound on the piano. Now, because you don't use enough of these notes, your body doesn't really know how to access them. Now, you think about it, your voice is a muscle, and if you don't exercise it, it becomes weak. And then it's only capable of doing the same everyday movements that it's used to, just like any other muscle in our body. And then if you try something different, well, it feels weird, maybe uncomfortable at first. But the more you use it, the easier it gets. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. We're going to do it together. Now, if you are speaking in a monotone voice, you are boring your listeners. You're encouraging them to switch off. And if they have to listen to you, it's actually painful for them to concentrate and to stay focused. Now that is the bad news. But the good news, this is just a habit, and habits can be changed. So let's stretch your instrument and wake up your voice. We're going to start with a lip roll to gently stretch your instrument out. So I want you to watch me first, and then you can join in whenever you're ready. We're going to start rolling out our lips. First with no sound, just get it going. Once that's working, then you can add some voice in. And we're going to start slightly higher and descend down. Okay, you're doing it with me. Now we're going to go from low to high and back down again. Try that again with me. Now, if you're having difficulty, there's a little secret hack that I can give you, and that is to put your fingers on the corners of your mouth. Just gently press as if you've got a couple of dimples here. Find that spot and then give it a try. Now, you might need to move your fingers around until you find a spot that really works for you, and it should feel easier. You should get a clearer sound. It doesn't require as much effort, and your breath will last you longer when you put your fingers here. It's not really cheating, it's just giving you that extra, easier advantage. So I want you to do this a few times very gently. We're not looking for perfection, we're just looking to stretch things out and wake up your voice. Now, if you're still having trouble with the lip roll, you could try doing a tongue trill. That's where you put your tongue up behind the front teeth and you just let it vibrate and create sound simultaneously. Give that a try. Now, if it's not working perfectly for you initially, that's not unusual because your voice is not accustomed to it and it requires some effort and relaxation and freedom to allow your voice to go there. Just keep trying it and you will find with time, as you relax more, that it gets easier and easier. Now, from there, we're going to do a siren. So we'll stop with the rolling of the lips. And this time we're just going to create a sound, a bit like a siren of a fire engine or an ambulance. And you're going to go from low to high and back down again. It goes a bit like this. Ooh. Now, I want you to do this with me. Just take yourself back to your childhood and let it go. Give it a try. You might notice that there are some cracks or breaks in your voice as you try to do it because, as I've already said, your voice is not stretched. You're taking it to places that it's not accustomed to going. So let's do it again. Ooh. And you may not be able to go on 3 attempts on one breath. Just do whatever you can do. Don't push it. Just keep it easy and keep it smooth. And the more you do it, your voice will get more and more comfortable. Okay, let's do one more together. Ooh. Okay, beautiful. You're already using more notes than you do in your everyday speech. Now, the next level of this exercise is I want you to count up the scale from your lowest pitch to your highest pitch. We're going to use numbers from 1 to 10, and it goes like this. I'll demonstrate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going a little higher each time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? I want you to try this. So we're starting on your lowest speaking note, right down here. Think about it, just try that. This is my lowest tone that I can speak on. 1, 2, 3, very deep. This is the serious voice. And then you're going to take it up. By the time you get to number 5, that's probably around about where you would naturally speak. That's your normal speaking voice. And then when you get to number 10, well, that's a place that you're not going to speak in very often, but you're at least taking your voice there. So let's try it again. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now we're going to reverse it. We're going to go from the highest right down to the lowest. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you could try going from your lowest to your highest and then your highest to your lowest. Okay, let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Give it a try. I want you to experience this. Now what you're doing there is proving to yourself you have the notes. You have the ability. It means you can access a big and beautiful range and it's not inauthentic to you. So now that we've done this as exercises, we're actually going to put this into your speaking. We're going to use a very simple phrase. I can if I want. I can if I want. So the first thing I want you to try is to do this with a very flat, deliberately flat delivery. I can if I want. I can if I want. Give that a try, okay? Really deadpan. And have a think about when you speak like that, I can if I want. What kind of an emotion does that portray? I can if I want. Does it sound uncommitted? Maybe doubtful? Maybe very uninterested? Maybe a bit aggressive? Maybe a bit angry? Give it a try and feel. What does it feel like? Because this is how you're speaking a lot of the time, just on these 1, 2 notes. Now, I want you to add some melody. And I'm probably going to exaggerate this a little bit so that you can understand and feel the difference, hear the difference, and also test it out for you. When you're doing exercises, it's so good to exaggerate them because then you take it bigger, but then a little bit of that will rub off when it comes back to everyday speaking, right? So I'm going to give you a big jump. I can if I want. I can if I want. So I actually did two slightly different versions. The first one sounded a bit, I'm determined. The second one was a little bit more curious. I can if I want. So what we're doing here, what the melody of that is I'm going up on the can and then dropping off the if and then coming a little bit down on the I want. I can if I want. I can if I want. Think about that melody in the voice. It's a big jump initially, and then I'm just gradually bringing it back down. So I want you to try that. I can if I want. I can if I want. Now, we're going to play with that and just play with different versions of that, different melodic patterns. I can if I want. I can if I want. I can if I want. So I'm going from low to high, another one I tried from high to low, another one I played around with it in the middle. I want you to experiment with this. Just try playing with different varieties. So for example, if I want to sound really confident, I can if I want. I can if I want. So I'm here and then I'm dropping off at the end and I'm sounding very clear. Now if I wanted to sound curious, I can if I want. I can if I want. That's a little bit more curious and it's softer. Now if I'm really determined, then I'm going to maybe intentionally flatline it more. I can if I want. Then I'm lower, I'm using less melody, but I'm doing that with intention. And there's the big difference. I'm doing it with intention, whereas if you are a monotonic speaker, you're not doing that intentionally. You're doing it in a way that your body and your voice don't even realize that it's happening. Now, this is melody. I can if I want. I'm not singing, I'm just speaking, but on a melody. It's just using more of those 25 notes to express emotion and meaning. Now this might make you feel strange, maybe even a bit inauthentic at first, but it is not. If you have the notes, you have the capability. So it's just different from your old habit. The way you speak now is simply a set of behaviors that you've learned. You've learned these by listening, by mimicking, and by repeating them for years and years and years. Bad habits can and should be broken and replaced with better ones. And at first, it takes conscious effort to speak differently. You'll need to think about it, to focus, and even exaggerate it a little. But with repetition, it's going to become your new normal. I want you to think about the first time that you learned to drive a car, if you drive a car, and you had to focus on everything, on your mirrors, on your seatbelt, on turning, on indicators, focusing on everything that was going on around you. It didn't come naturally at first. It didn't feel comfortable at first. You weren't inauthentic just because you were learning something new. You were just expanding your skills. And eventually, driving became second nature. And now you can drive from point A to B and you barely even remember the journey. It's become a muscle memory, and your voice works the same way. I said it, if you have the notes, you have the ability. Now it's time to use them. So for the next week, I want you to do these 3 exercises. Warm up with lip rolls and sirens every day. Do it in the morning to activate your voice for the day ahead. Then use the counting exercise. Count through your range from low to high and high to low. And then choose just one sentence or phrase that you can practice every day with extra melody. You're going to start to feel and hear the difference. And so will everybody around you who listens to you. Now, if you want more exercises like this for speakers, you're going to find this video here extremely valuable. And make sure that you subscribe for more exercises to make you to be an unforgettable speaker. Your message deserves to be heard, not ignored.